causal realm type stuff to understand this, or
Causal realm again.
understand.
Causal realm is cause and effect. Is the cause of everything happening. So in the causal realm, you can watch yourself creating everything into being and destroying
Yeah,
everything. That's the causal, but that's not all of it. But that's part of the causal self. So that's God too. It's just that's the causal version of God. That the causal is attached to time. Time has to be included for the causal to exist. At non-dual, or at least at absolute monism perspective, there is no such thing as time. Time is included in what I'm speaking of. So because there is no time, nothing has ever happened. Nothing has ever been. There's never been a cause or an effect at that standpoint. That's why we can't speak on it because as soon as I speak on it, it requires time. Like just say if I speak on this now, it may take me 5 minutes. That's time. At that level, at the absolute monism level, there's no such thing as time. Time is included in that, of course, but it's just happening. But it's not happening because from that standpoint, time doesn't really exist. Yet it includes time, which is in existence. Very difficult to explain. It doesn't even make sense, whatever I'm saying. But to experience that, you have to die. Right?
yeah,
You don't have to have a physical death yet. You don't have to have Mahasamadhi yet. You can have Nirvikalpa Samadhi, where you experience the ego dying and the ego reaching full death to experience what I'm speaking of. But of course, when you have a physical death, all that stuff is always been apparent to you. And it is right now. It's just you believe right now that you're alive. But from where I'm speaking of, there is no death, there is no life. All there is experience coming from
yeah,
the all being that is experiencing everything, but it's not experiencing anything because, as I just said, time doesn't exist from that standpoint. So because time doesn't exist, there's nothing there, which you get the nothingness. So now that's where you get sahata, right? Because there's no self.
yeah. Yeah, that's
You can't
complicated
have a
to
self.
understand.
You can't have a self. You
Yeah,
can't have a self. You can't have a no self without time. Sorry, you can't have a no self with time. All right. So to be no self, time has to has to disappear as well. And this is where you get sunyata. This is where you get um, anatta. Anatta. Sunyata is the void, and anatta is the no self. All right. So all of that has to experience be to understand what I'm talking about. But after death, this is what happens. Everything happens, and nothing happens at the same time. And then you get to pick and choose, which is not really your choosing. Well, it is because you're Atman, but it's not the choosing of the ego because the ego's dead and the body's dead. So you get to choose what your next life is going to be, what your next thing is going to be. Because from that standpoint, God or Abrahan is experiencing, is trying to experience everything it could possibly experience within its power, which is all power because it's all powerful. But it's not all powerful because the only thing exists. So there's nothing relative or anything to compare it to. God is not any more powerful than the other God because there is no other God. It's just this.